That's bad.
Golly, that truck looks good, man. I know I've talked about getting rid of it, but I just don't know if I can. Anyway, what's going on, guys? Hope you're having a great day. We're out here in the shop again. There's no shortage of things to get done. So we ended up getting Jack fired up. If you saw the last video, he wasn't wanting to start. That ended up being something with the computer. Not really sure. Pulled the computer out, brought it over here, plugged it into the Skylark, loaded the Skylark's tune in it, fired right up. Took the computer back to my dad's, plugged it back in Jack, put Jack's tune back in it, fired right up. So not really sure what's going on with that. But now we're waiting on plugs for Jack because those plugs are so fouled and screwed up from all the times trying to start it and everything. So those should be here tomorrow, just some BR7EFs, nothing particularly special. So I figured trying to make the most out of the nice weather today, working a little bit on the Skylark. Tightened the header bolts because it's got a few heat cycles in it now. A couple of them were a hair loose. Nothing that I think would really make that sound, but you know, who knows. Saw someone say to dump a bunch of Marvel Mystery Oil in it. Probably not a bad idea. I also need to get some sort of hose clamp on the steam vent line. And you'll see the filter there. I'm painting, I almost called it a charge pipe also. I'm painting the intake tube for it. I've had this laying around since Betty White, the Firebird. So I'll just give it a quick scuff, and I'm just trying to throw a little bit of color on it to match the motor. Yeah, it'll look pretty good once it's on there. So I'm trying to do just a little bit here and there, bouncing around project to project. So now we can mess with this thing a little bit, try and get the shift cable clips back in it, and then we'll probably go through the Ace's EFI system, and might start putting that on this thing. Thinking about it. You know, it's actually a funny story. So a few videos back, I mentioned that I changed to the single plane intake and the Edelbrock elbow, right? I lost the O-rings for that intake and the studs for it for like a week and a half. I was like, man, I don't know where I put that stuff. That sucks. It's just gone. Like, I'm gonna have to order some new ones, and I just feel stupid. Well, lo and behold, I was looking for something else, and I found them in like the most you're such a dumbass spot possible. Right here on top of the car is where they were the entire time. Also, I didn't notice that they were bolts before when I was looking. I was looking for studs and nuts like the Holly stuff. So now that that is hopefully all the stupids out of my system for a little bit longer, we can get back to work on this thing for the time being. I just noticed something. Yeah, here's my engine gold. Not really a whole lot there, but I was looking for it. This place just gets out of hand so quick, man. It's terrible. So, like I said, we're going to start with the shift cable clips, get those on, and then we'll probably start tearing this wiring harness and the stock ECU off. I might, assuming I didn't cut anything for the transmission, which I don't think I did. I truly don't remember. If I did, that'd be somewhere. Not that. That's oxygen sensor. It'd probably be some of the stuff. I don't know. Like I said, no, I think it's this, perhaps. That should be. Fuck, man. I don't know. I'd like to use this because I'm really considering on the red truck out there. I'm really considering putting a 5.360E combo in it. Because, I mean, at this point, I've got so many turbos laying around, I need to start using them up. I either need to use them up or I need to sell them. So I might put one of them on here. Yeah, this one might be fine, to be honest. I don't need to change any more stuff on this. I just need to get this car together so that people quit bitching at me. But yeah, I've got like, I think there's 8 turbos in this garage. So everything around here is getting a turbo. But yeah, now that the weather's been nice and I've been able to put some miles on that truck again, God, I love that truck so much. I love the old feel of it. I love the dual tanks. It looks good, man. It's rust free, and I would just love it if it had some rumble and some more power. I know the Ford guys are gonna be like, "What the hell, man? Put a dang Ford motor in it." But you can't get mad about putting an LS in it because you guys say it's a Ford stolen design. So, is it or ain't it? Anyway, before I get distracted and ramble anymore, let's get to there we go. Let's get to putting these clips on, eh? Alright, so let me look up a picture of them again. Fiero shift cable clips. Where we go, Rodney Dickman. Okay, it is showing them going back over this way. And both these are the same size, so that shouldn't matter. Hey, now, come on. What is going on, man? This is the only one I need on there. Why are you doing this to me? Alright, let's pop this cable off. Let's see, do you even... Yeah, you fit on there. You oughta. You need to go this way? No, because that way's gonna move too much, ain't it? You gotta go this way. I might just have to, I might have to grind these a little bit so that they can slide in between the things. If it'll work or not. All right, feeling pretty good. Let's put this regulated zip tie on here. Gotta tuck the tail underneath because we're not savages around here. I'll trim that in a second. Do we put the other one on? Or do we save it? I think we save it. Because we got the standard clip on there. Who knows what's going to happen to this? That thing could pop off and wiggle out of there. Yeah, I don't know. So I think we'll hold on to this, probably put it in the glove box or something. Glove box. Yeah, right. And you know, just in case. It's like when you go for an oil change, you buy 2 filters. You guys probably don't have that problem. You guys probably buy good vehicles. I don't. Alright, so now I'm going to get in the car, and I'm going to run through the gears. You guys let me know if it looks... Yeah, you're fine. You guys let me know if it looks good. Whoop, gotcha. Alright, everything looked good. Everything felt good inside the car, so I'm going to trust you guys' opinion when you tell me that everything looked perfect. Also, I'm sure some of you guys have an answer for me. What is a good thing to like clean steering wheels with on these older GM cars when they're sticky? I've tried everything that's come up on Google, and it just keeps coming back. So if you guys have any tips or anything, that steering wheel feels like putty. Might just have to get a new one, I don't know. I think before we start pulling this harness and ECU out, let's open the ACES box and check that and see what all's in there, what all we need. Like I said, I know that we're gonna need an O2 sensor and I think something else. I don't remember what he said, but I remember he said O2 sensor. All right, let's do our official unboxing here. So, like I said, he threw in some other stuff, radiator filler net, couple 2.5-inch V-bands. If you guys didn't see the other video, I bought this used off a subscriber, so again, thank you, buddy. This is our computer cable. Something, USB can. Here is our ECU. Oh, solder connectors, nice. Nice metal ECU. I want to say, I think the Terminator X is a plastic one, isn't it? Very attractive ECU too. Drive by cable. So I don't know if I mentioned it, this is an ACES Jackpot ECU EFI system. Ooh. Ooh. You guys see that? That's a pretty interesting sticker. Here is a little magnet base thing for the screen. We'll get to the screen in a second. Let's set the ECU right yonder. The screen right here. So the thing that's nice about these is they come with a 5-inch touchscreen. I think it's a touchscreen. Pretty sure it's a touchscreen. Whereas like the Terminator X's come with a 3.5-inch screen. So this is a little bit more easier to see sort of dash deal. And like I mentioned a couple of videos back, these, he threw in a bunch of fuel rail fittings. He did include some fuel rails, I got those up there. What was I saying? Oh, the thing that I like about this, the ACES, is it has a built-in GPS speedometer, which is perfect for the Fiero because some idiot that will remain unnamed cut the wires from the transmission for the speedometer. So let's get this whole deal untangled. That plugs into the ECU, comes off at an angle. That's convenient for mounting. Like I said, some of the stuff this was used, came off his car. He wasn't happy with it. Blah, blah, blah. Everything. Oh, my knees are starting to hurt. That's what she said. All right, let's look through this. So, main ECU plug, fuses, the main relay. This is where the CAN cable plugs in. Yep, so that's where that deal plugs in. Let's not fuck up the screen before we even get to mess with it. Here's the fuel pump relay, which is cool. That's one thing that I wanted to change on the car. This isn't labeled, but I'd imagine some sort of 12 volt like ignition way or something. Got this long deal. What are you? You are battery, power, and ground, it looks like. Alright, can you guys still see me? Then these are tied together, so we got fuel coming in here, over here, okay. So that's a fuel pressure sensor, and you are coolant temp sensor. Okay. Then we got injector plug, which the injector harness is in here. Ignition. Oh, instead of just saying, like on the Hollies, I think it says odd and even for the coil packs. This one says 1357. Oxygen sensor, looks like. 2468. Ignition. Oh, here's the wideband. What is that sensor then? I don't know. Cam and crank? Cam and crank on one? What is that? That's kind of wizardry. Cam and crank on the same thing. Okay, this is the injector harness. And that is EV6, it looks like. This is the coil harness. Yes. So you are the other coil harness. This is the even side. What do we got here? What do we got here? That just says sensor. That says Jackpot something. T-map. TPS. IAC. So that goes to the throttle and shit, the throttle body. Here's our cam and crank sensor harness. So that's interesting. That is very interesting. So did they just build like a basic harness and then you can change? Interesting. Okay. Okay, I got it. I got it. What are you? You are another one of the throttle IAC and map sensor. Okay, so this looks like the one that we would use. A lot of people have, and myself included in the past, have thought that the Aces kit was just a rebranded Phytech. I don't think it is. Obviously, I don't know for sure. This looks like... Oh, okay. What do we got here? We got a bunch of inputs, outputs. So this one, vehicle speed sensor to go to like a gauge launch. That's a fun one. AC rec, TAC output. These two are stuck together. We got waste to and burn. We'll probably leave the burn one alone. That sounds dangerous. Alright, I see a step. It just says step. I thought it said 2-step. Waste 1 for waste 1 and waste 2 for dual wastegates? Oh, rev, probably the rev limiter. That's waste 1 again. Here's power, engine, brake switch. Alright, so there's a bunch of inputs, outputs. Neat. KS1 crank. Cam. This must be for a front cam motor, which I'll be honest, I don't remember if that's what we have or not. All right, and then we've got 4. I don't know if these are stainless or not. We got 4 oxygen sensor bungs. All right, neat. Oil pressure, or oil something. It says oil, looks like oil pressure. Okay. Were these all of the loose wires? These can't be all the loose wires, right? So those are there. And then there's these 2, which the orange one might be the fuel pump. And then the red one, I'm assuming, is ignition. I'll look for instructions in a second. Some grounds. Like I said, these go to the battery. So yeah, just battery, some head grounds. Yeah, head grounds. And then those 2. And then this cluster. Huh. Alright. Are there instructions? Instructions might have got overlooked. That's okay though. I should be able to find those online. Oh yeah, it says 58X right there. So the other one should say 24X. Wherever I put that. Right. Yep, it does. 24X. You guys can't see that, can you? I'm gonna do a little bit of reading on some instructions. See if I can find any either under the box. There wasn't any under this, was there? No. And then we'll start ripping all this out, which that really shouldn't take too long, because most of the stuff, I mean, I got to pull the ECU out, unplug some things. Yeah, this was a front cam. Oh, that's... Well, that'll be fine. What am I thinking? Because I got the extension harness. That'll be fine, yeah. Alright, I'm going to do some reading on the harness, look up all the loose wires, see what needs to be hooked up, what some of the abbreviations like waste 1, waste 2 mean. I can't imagine that they're for... I don't know. I just want to clarify some things before I really start pulling the car apart, because this all currently runs the car. So I don't want to pull apart. I've already pulled apart a running car. What am I talking about? I'll be back in a second. All right, it is a little while later now. Done some reading. Feeling pretty mid. So let's start pulling the harness off the motor. This should be pretty dang straightforward. And yeah, most of the loose wires that we kind of went over. Well, I shouldn't say weird. I guess just a little different than I'm used to, I suppose. But I feel confident moving forward. So, like I said, let's grab the tripod and start ripping this thing apart. This is a hat backwards kind of deal. Let's see, what do we need to start with? We'll start with this red wire. All right, disconnected. Feeling good. Got a ground here, got some zip ties. That's the stock harness. All right. So your side to you. All right. on the joint. Oh my gosh. Oh. Ow. Right on the joint. Holy sheesh. Boy. Boy. Wow, that's bruising up already. Alright. So we got some zip ties. That's a 15. You are there. Got a bunch of self-tappers. You the right size. Yeah. Let's not lose you. Whoops. Okay. Gonna want to reuse those for the head grounds. Come on. There we go. Okay. Ah, what did I... Why am I getting so hurt this time? And it's not just emotionally either. That is oil line. Come around that. Alright. We can undo that guy down there. Come on. P-clamps down there to hold the harness. All are all installed. Oh, I do have another one down here, don't I? I do. Alright, scratch that. There's 2 of those P-clamps. Set you there. Fuse block. Oh, almost lost that socket. Jeez. That would have been not fun to find. Like I said earlier, I might use all this in the red shop truck. So if I do that, that thing will probably get either a 4L60 or a 4L80. Obviously, I prefer 4L80s. Son of a gun. Oh, you didn't go too far. Obviously, I prefer 4L80s, but I also think that 4L60s just get a bad rap. Now, I've also destroyed a number of 4L60s, so I'm contributing to that rap, but I think that I've never had one built very well. And I'm not saying like fully built. I'm just saying I've only ever, gosh dang it, only ever had like stock rebuild 4L60s. So I definitely think that there's case to be made. I've got a buddy down in Texas, Justin Baker. Some of you guys might remember him, Dr. Differential and Speed Shop. He has built 4L60s that have withstood a lot of abuse. So he was the one that initially was trying to talk me into putting a 4L60 in something. I don't remember what it was, but he was telling me, he's like, yeah man, if you just do this, blah blah whatever, then they hold up fine. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna do that this time around, but maybe down the road. Oh, come on, is this a right-hander deal? Come on now. Come on now. There we go. Okay, that's coolant sensor. That's the alternator. This should be a plug here somewhere. Because that should be an extension harness, I think. Yeah, here it is. Yes, that's got to stay. All the rest of this can coom. And then we've got crank sensor and starter. The power lugs off the starter. I think that's all that's left to pull this thing out. Let me not drop any more tools, 'cause I know something will go flying. Oh, wrap you all around here. There we go. We are free! Free from the stock ECU devil. Alright. Look how nice and clean that is with no wiring really in it. So nice. Blah, blah, blah. You're kind of in the way. I should take you off, huh? How long have you been on there? So, we can start to lay out the new Aces harness and see where things want to live. I still kind of want to put the ECU in that corner. Same reason as last time, hide the rust on that little sheet metal piece there. That I really should just patch, but not looking like it. I do still need to re-hose clamp the fuel line down there before I forget again. Because I definitely will forget as soon as I'm done talking. Yeah, let's just start putting the harness on and see where things are going to want to fit. Alright. Here's our new harness. So we're going to want this over on that side, give or take. Probably run you down about the same way as the old one. Yes, your battery cable, that's right. This was for that loose wire bundle. Alright. Then, boy, oh boy. We got some things again. Cut you. Okay. here's that coil. This is this coil. Just plug you directly into here. I think that worked. Oh fuck. I'm supposed to read. So we have to use the, what? We have to use their little extension harness for the coil packs? Huh, okay, I guess we do. Alright, so unplug you, plug you in, and then I guess these are all numbered, right? Yeah, 8. Not thrilled about that, but I guess whatever. I mean, if we wanted to relocate the coil packs somewhere else, sure, that makes it easier. But it's also like, why not just extend this a little bit, add a ground to it, and then you're done. Just plug it in, ground it at the head, you're done. So it's like, now we've got this there. I don't know, it just seems like extra steps. I guess it's to make it more universal. Because like maybe they probably use that harness for something else. I don't know. Just extra steps. Alright, let me go grab the other harness. Let's move you right there. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that, I mean, I guess it's whatever, but it just doesn't make sense, man. Put you there. And then ground you. Trying to tug it, kind of. But I guess that doesn't really matter, huh? Ground you there. Alright. You were cranking cam. You just say sensor. You say injectors. Right. That all checks out. What was this guy? This was for the wideband, so yeah, we'll probably have this come through there because the downpipe's over on that side. This was oil pressure, which I've got to get a deal for that. So I need to cut that, actually. Maybe? Jesus! That thing was a rocket. Alright, so we can get this little extension out of there. You will be right in there. What else do we have? We've got knock sensor, can throw that in the trash. You got ears. Wideband 2. not using that. Ooh. Fuel pressure, which we should hook up. Yeah, we can put a sensor at the end here, I think, because we've got it going in and then deadheading, so we can put a pressure sensor at the end. Coolant temp sensor, that's all the way on the other side. What are you doing over here? And then, like I said, this is wideband. We can zip tie this up so we stop getting tricked by it. Or, yeah, we gotta do something. We keep getting tricked. And we all know that tricks are for kids. Don't break the sunroof. Come on. Okay, coolant sensor plugged in. We can now finish these coil pack wires. The absolute genius we got going on here. I don't know, maybe I'm too dumb to see the point of this, but it feels, I don't know, I'm getting hung up on it. I need to stop. It just feels so stupid, man. Like, why? Just why? Because now I've got to pull the coil packs off to get the stock wiring off of them. It's just extra freaking steps. Alright, so that's good. This goes to the battery, which is over there. Them there, neck of the woods. Might be a little. Let me think about this for a second. I'm gonna grab the ECU. I love this thing being metal, man. This can't go in either way, right? Okay, yeah, there is only one way it can go in. Okay, so you do that, and then you clamp it. That didn't break. That did not break. That did not break. So let me pull it apart and check. Alright, all the pins look straight. That just felt really weird. Alright, so we have to... I don't like that clicking, man. Alright. Do I want to move it? No, that'd be a bad idea. That'd be a terrible idea. Terrible idea? Did somebody say terrible ideas? Yeah, that would be a terrible idea also. Alright. Yeah, we're just going to run it up here where we had the old one. There's just not a spot that I'm super thrilled about. It's like... What the? How the fuck? You didn't even... Okay, what's going on here now? What's happening? Okay, so that clicking was something with this lock breaking. So I've got to push that in myself. Okay, so now it's in. So yeah, that clicking that I said I didn't like was this plastic arm breaking. I like this setup, it just felt flimsy. I'm gonna chalk that up to user error. I'm not gonna say that was Ace's fault. But why are you making that shit so flimsy, dog? Alright. Don't go anywhere. Alright, so after playing with some ideas, I think what I want to do is mount it under there, like that. LEDs, I'm assuming they're diagnostic LEDs, I don't remember that part of the instructions. But to do that, I gotta flatten that little section. So let's see how well this goes. Great start. Actually bent pretty easy. Marks. Not really. Nah. Pull these isolators off and use like a paint pen or something. Just like Uncle Sam said, we want you right there. What? What? All right. Okay, let's see if this will fit through those mounting holes. Okay. So now we just line that up and smack the hell out of it, I guess. If we can at least get 2, then I will be content. Did that leave a mark? I think right there. I think it left a mark. Bastard. Alright, sorry about that. Camera turned off. Don't know when, to be honest, so that'll be fun for both of us. Got the ECU mounted down there, kind of tucked in that corner. Got some of the relays right here. Somewhat easy to get to, easy to check. The harness is on. All of it was pretty self-explanatory. Pretty much everything that can plug in is plugged in, aside from the crank sensor down there, just because I feel like crawling under the car right now. Wires to the battery, you know, some of the loose wires here, and like the ignition wire, the fuel pump wire there. Aside from those, and the stuff to the throttle body, obviously injectors, pretty much everything is plugged in. So, one of the last few things that we can figure out in this video is where we want to put our screen. Alright, so fuel gauge still works, so we don't want to use up that space. Battery voltage, probably not. Oil pressure, almost definitely not. Temperature, basically the only thing that we're going to use here is the fuel gauge. Now this thing does come with like a pedestal stand, so we could put it off the windshield there. Or we could make a little thing to put it right there, and then just run the wire up through here, which that might be the way to go. I don't remember what goes up here, the radio down here. I don't remember what was up here. So we could just make a bezel for that, and then just Velcro it, right? Velcro it just like that. Or even up here, actually. Velcro it to that. That's probably the way to go, actually. Simple enough. Well, debatably unfortunate that we're probably going to end the video here. I don't have a battery to throw in it. That ended up going with the Dime a Dozen S10. Forgot to pull it out because I'm a bit of a dum-dum. So first impressions of the Aces kit is I like it. I like the harness material that they used. I have high hopes for it. I like the screen. The layout seems pretty good. All the connections seem good. Like I said, hopefully in the next few videos we can get the injectors and stuff in it and hook up power. Hopefully try to start the car. Fingers crossed. But just gonna have to wait. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, clicking that bell, sharing the video, any comments. I appreciate it all. I appreciate you guys. Have a great day. See you next time.